cool.
Smile. You lie. Sealback 4. Why do seals hit their bellies? Seals slap their bellies for several reasons. Primarily as a form of communication and displays of dominance or territoriality. That's a word.
That's it.
They use this behavior to make loud sounds and heard over long distances.
Tell me to ask
Signals of distress or warning away from men to show up their strength during mating displays. So if you're going to hit your belly around a seal, make sure to specify whether you want to fight or fuck. If it's me and you play Seal Kiss from a Rose, then we're going to fight.
Oh.
Sealback 5. How aggressive are seals? Seals are generally not naturally aggressive towards humans, but they can become aggressive if they feel threatened, especially when protecting their young or a rookery. They are more likely to show aggression if they're cornered or their escape route is seated blocked. So if you're going to fight a seal, do it in a large round room with a lot of exits for the best chance of victory. Sealback 6. Pinnipeds? Pinnipeds, commonly known as seals, are widely distributed and diversified and carnivorous, fin-footed, semi-aquatic, mostly marine mammals. They comprise the extent families of and Faux, with 34 species and more than 50 extinct species described from fossils. The seal I'm looking to take down still has both his ears. Sealback 7, marriage. Many seal species are polygamous, meaning a single male mating with multiple females. Male establish dominance through displays of aggression, physical contact like biting or neck biting, and vocalization. The song Kiss from a Rose was a mating vocalization used by Batman on Nicole Kidman, as well as by the artist Seal on Heidi Klum. You might not like it, but not deny its effectiveness. When they divorced, Heidi Klum said Seal was possessive and might have had a volatile temper. Just saying. Sealback 8. Biggest threat to seal. Hunting. Human greed has led to the decline of many seal populations. In the past, millions of seals have killed for their valuable meat, blubber, and pelts. In some countries, seals are still killed in large numbers because fishermen blame them for the decline of fish. If a seal corners you, though, or threatens you, like, what do? Like, let's say your thing is a love Mountain Dew and parody songs, and this fucking seal comes out of nowhere to do a parody version of his own song, putting his face on an animal seal using CGI. For a Mountain Dew commercial, I think if the musician seal was putting that animal in danger, if something happens to the musician seal, will I get his Mountain Dew commercial? Probably. But I'm not doing this, I'm just doing it to protect the innocent seal. I'm not going after the guilty one. Sealback 9, defense. When threatened, seals won't hesitate to effectively use their teeth or jaws in defense. As if the damage done by a bite wouldn't be bad enough, seals can also carry infectious bacteria and conditions that can be transmitted to humans. In fact, seals don't even have to bite someone to make them sick. There's one seal I know that's so much cocaine that he wrote Kiss from a Rose. That's like the weekends I can't feel my face for pinnipeds. Seals love to party, but we should never touch them. Seal. Sealback 10. What to do if a seal attacks you? If a seal attacks you, especially a large seal, like a leopard seal, the priority is to stay away from the water's edge and avoid being pulled into the water. If pulled in, kick the seal's head repeatedly and try to get away. If possible, use an available object to strike the seal's head. After the attack, seek medical attention for any wounds and consider rabies, post-exposure prophylaxis, especially if you were bitten. Seal song Crazy is the rabies of music. If you're bitten by a music seal, you should probably see a Dr. Dre. Sealback 11. 5 things seals eat. Seals' diets vary from species to species, though most eat a large amount of fish. Squid, mollusks, crustaceans, shellfish, and krill are all on the menu for some seal species. No mention of Mountain Dew. One standout species, leopard seal, which hunts and eats penguins, seabirds, and other seals. If I was going to fight a seal, I'd go and train with a leopard seal first to get a strategical advantage. Sealback 12. Why can't you touch seals? While seals may appear cute and cuddly, they are wild animals and should not be approached. They are wild animals protected by law and compose both threats to you and them. Touching or approaching seals can scare them, potentially forcing them back into the water before they're ready. Additionally, seals can transmit disease to humans, so why do we let him do those commercials for Mountain Dew? Luckily, he's only infected the Baja Blast so far. Sealback 13, vulnerability. Seals are vulnerable to human disturbance. Disturbance can have negative consequences for seals, including injury or separation of mothers from their pups. It's important to keep your distance, at least 100 meters or 328 feet. Keep dogs under close control. So if you see a seal within 328 feet of Mountain Dew protected at all costs from him, that's what a seal would do. Sealback 14. How many seals have killed humans? Leopard seals are the only seals known to regularly hunt and kill warm-blooded prey, including other seals. Although rare, there are a few records of adult leopard seals attacking humans. There's also been one fatality when a researcher was snorkeling in Antarctic waters and was killed by a leopard seal. And that's why I'm going to train with him, because the musician seal is actually a human being. Seal fact 15, what do seals fear? Since seals are naturally fearful of humans getting too close, it's likely to disrupt their normal routine, which includes feeding, sleeping, bathing, and nursing their young. With seals, there's only one human you need to be scared of. Party music is like my neighborhood, Mountain Dew is like my children, and Heidi Klum forced me to groom like 3 socks as an adolescent. Speed round, 5 facts about seals. Seals sleep on land when they have pups or are searching for warmth. When sleeping in water, seals are usually in a position called bottling, where their bodies, except for their snout, remain completely underwater. Note, don't fight seal in water. 17. Seals know how to hold their breath. Dives vary per species. Harbor seals can stay underwater for up to 30 minutes, but elephant seals can hold their breath for up to 2 hours. Scientists found that seals and other marine mammals can pack large amounts of oxygen into their muscles without clogging them up. In fact, I want to fight a seal in a desert. Seal fact 18. The walrus and leopard seal don't look like they have ears at first glance. However, they're actually hiding underneath the surface of their skin. What's missing is a peanut, a visible external ear. That's why seal can hold it to me even if I don't like it. Seal fact 19. Seals are known as the dogs of the sea. While not related to dogs, seals share certain traits. They're known to be curious, playful, and sociable. But remember, seals are protected by the Marine Mammal Protection Act, which makes it illegal to harass, pursue, or take animals from their environment. Oh, look at him making excuses for why he can't fight now. Seal fact 20. I write better parody music for humans than Seal the musician or most seals the animal. Now, if you missed all that, I can speed run it for you. 20 pictures of seal facts. You can scroll through them one at a time. 1. I challenge 62-year-old seal, aka the scourge of sealdom. 2. I am not worried that he's 6'4", but I refuse to battle on slippery surfaces like slick rock, ice, or marbles. 3. I'm smiling like a leopard seal at seal. 4. I hit my belly to show dominance in you, seal. 5. Seal, you need to meet me in a round room with many exits. 6. Seal, you are a 2-eared pinniped. 7. Seal, because we can't let what happened to Heidi Klum happen to anyone else with Mountain Dew. 8. So I need to protect Mountain Dew with parody songs and actual seals like a real seal would. 9. Because you slipped a song about cocaine into my second least favorite Fat Man movie. 10. You're so crazy it's like rabies for my ears. 11. And I'm willing to train with a leopard seal for as long as necessary. 12. In battle, I'm going to touch your ass up within the limits of the law. 13. If I see you within 328 feet of Mountain Dew, it's on. 14. Because seals have killed like 1 human, and humans kill like 500,000 seals a year. Numbers are on my side. 15. You poser, you don't parody songs, you don't drink Mountain Dew, and you are not a real seal. 16. I'm not fighting you in water. 17. I'm not fighting you in the desert. 18. I'm not scared of your singing. 19. I don't want any of your excuses. 20. And I fixed your parody song about Mountain Dew, and I have 1 more verse and chorus than you do in your regular version. Kiss from a Mountain Dew Code Rose, capo on the 3rd fret, intro. Mountain Dew. There used to be a green towers of cans next to me. Became caffeine on the desk next to me. Became a cup full of ice I can't spill. But did you know that when it closed, my eyes become large and the light that you shine can be seen? Baby, I compare you to an orange juice, base concentrate. Ooh, the more I get at you, the flavors I feel, yeah, yeah. Calcium, disodium, yellow dyes and sodium benzoate. That is some of what's in Mountain Dew, Mountain Dew. There's so much I can't tell you, so much you can say. Ooh, remains high fructose corn syrup, concentrate, baby. Caffeine is like a grown addiction that I can't deny. Won't you tell me, is that healthy, babe? No. Did you know that when it's closed, my eyes become large and the light that you shine can be seen? Baby, I compare you to an orange juice, base concentrate. Dude, the more I get at you, the flavor I feel, yeah. Calcium, disodium, yellow dyes and sodium benzoate. Mountain Dew. If I'm kissed by a dew on the breath, there's so much a man can tell you, so much he can say. See, I chose to repeat the same verse once again. What a baby! To me, that's like another chorus if it was a verse. Won't you tell me that phone ain't working? But did you know that this song blows? My eyes become large when the end of this song can be seen. Baby, I compare you to a kiss from the dew cold rosé. Dew, the more I get of it, it endangers my health. Yeah, yeah. And now that red dye is my doom cold, the drink in my small intestine. Baby, I compare you to an orange juice-based concentrate. Dew, the more I get of you, the flavors I feel. Yeah, yeah. Calcium, disodium, yellow dye, sodium benzoate. Calcium, disodium, yellow dye, sodium benzoate. Take that, Seal. Okay, I'm not gonna unplug, but I do want to tell you.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
You might have just.
Oh,
Good.
good.
Check 1, 2.
There we are. Hi.
The straw is too big for me. Oh, sorry. I said that on the.
I was like, reason.
It's okay. We've all been there, you know.
Oops.
My microphone. Oh my god. My microphone wasn't on at all there. And then I just peeked on the broadcast really loudly, so that was fun.
Did
It's
you cut
okay.
it?
It works now. Oh. I don't think a lot of people understand why the spiders and the ants are a problem.
In what context?
Like, you understand the basic idea of the spiders and the ants. You're like, don't want them around. They make me feel icky.
Correct.
But the bigger issue is that every time we have to spray or do anything, I have to, like a monster, clean the whole basement and, like, sanitize everything around it. Because that's where the ice cream machine is. And I'm like, I'm not going to play games. I'm like, I got to do, like, an insane deep clean every time that we have this issue. And so the pest control people, they have been back 4 times. And so every time, I have to clean my basement like I'm selling it.
That's annoying.
That sucks.
And now, along with being chemically and clean, it's also insanely hot.
That sucks.
Yeah, that all around sounds bad.
So I don't recommend. Oh, see, it keeps on peaking my audio in the OBS because when I unplug my microphone and plug it back in, all the settings that affect it differently. So I have to fuck with the gain and the open threshold on the noise gate, which is... Yeah, I don't recommend ants, spiders. I don't even think I recommend basements.
Fair. Totally fair.
But
I think you're missing a potential opportunity with these ants and spiders, though. Like that, some people eat that shit, and you know that could be a selling point in the ice
Harvest
cream.
it.
Extra
Well,
protein, you know.
if they're interested in the spiders, I have a vacuum that I have them in. I kept them in.
Okay, perfect.
A little garnish on top, you know, like sprinkles, you know. But it's just a protein supplement.
We have a vacuum that we harness wasps in, so you could have our wasps.
That's the Halloween
Sure, there's some sick
episode of
venom
ice
you could
cream.
get out of that.
For Halloween, we're gonna put actual terrifying circumstances
Perfect.
together.
Oh my gosh.
I'll tell Kyle to harvest the wasps.
Classic Kyle.
Oh yeah, the wasps.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
He just
You know what?
vacuums them
Yeah,
up.
you should release the wasps into Will's basement, and then the wasps will get the spiders. And then,
Little ecosystem going on down there.
I
yeah.
can't I can't train them to fight. I already have to learn how to fight from a seal.
There.
If you are able to put your volume up just a little bit, Jules.
Hold on. Wait, let me take my headphones.
Is that better?
Ooh.
Yes.
Japanese. I like your original statement, Josh. Y'all ever watch Japanese but fights? Yes.
Bug fights.
No.
That's good.
Bug
I like
fights.
bug fights.
Bug
No.
fights might be a little bit too close to home for me, but
Bug
Japanese
fights, yeah.
but fights. That sounds wonderful.
I'm in.
I love movies, so it sounds like it's right up my alley. Right up until the bug part. Like bug fights now, best you're getting out of me is like a Starship Troopers.
Oh my gosh.
No one
pinnacle
tell
of bug
anyone that
fights.
it's past 6 p.m.
Okay.
I won't tell.
Okay.
I'm sure.
But what
don't
if they have
to.
clocks?
No. That's bourgeois decadence.
You'll
Nobody
notice
has
I
that.
didn't put any clocks on this stream.
Bourgeois jacket.
Time is for people with money.
Yeah, my stream is a lot like Vegas. Time is just what happens during.
You're right. Your sets are like that.
Yeah, that's exactly. That's why it's so hard for me to get to 10 seconds. I'm like, well, space-time folds.
That's Will's motto. Time just happens.
Well,
So
all I'm saying.
I have to say one more thing about spiders versus wasps.
Oh,
And
do tell.
I left my apartment and there was a giant spider and there were several wasps fighting it. And I was like, oh, RIP spider, because there's no way the spider is going to defeat many deadly wasps. And when I came back, the wasps were gone and the spider was bigger. And I was like, the spider fucking ate the wasps or something. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. So
Maybe the spider got a strongly worded letter from his lawyer. Let those wasps know what the fuck could be up if they continue this.
Yeah, and he was just puffing up his chest. He wasn't actually full of wasps. He was just acting real big.
It's a slap suit. Slaps are scary to both wasps and spiders.
could be.
I do like the idea of the wasp buffet for the spider, though. I think that's pretty satisfying. Only because I hate wasps.
Speaking of wasps, Nicolas Cage's hair. Gotta have a lot of bugs in this movie.
For sure.
I remember when, cause grew up around the church, so my uncle was a custodian at the church before me. One of those rite of passages you don't expect, and there was an old TV, like dial from probably like 1970. It was donated to the church, and so in the 90s we would have an antenna there that barely worked, so you'd only get like Fox, and you're at church and there's a TV there. You're like, well, I'm already winning. Like, this is already better than I expected. And he watched Fox, and this trailer from Con Air comes up, and the only thing he can talk about is like his hair don't look real. I'm like,
That's the least believable part of this movie.
you got past the accent that quickly. That's fast.
Oh man.
I was like, his name is Cameron Poe, and he released to Edgar. Like, he didn't even think of that. He was just like, what about that hair? And it's crazy because he's had the same hair my whole life. Hair seems like the one thing that he wouldn't care about. Con hair.
Con hair.
Okay, I'm gonna hit the movie play button, and then it'll play.
Yeah.
The Touchstone logo, when I make the trailers, it always comes up as the bottom part of the screen. and I always think that my settings are off because it should be in the middle. I'm like, oh, did I not align this with the vertical slider enough? Sure enough, Jerry Brockheimer comes in with his thunderstorm to let me know I was fine.
Just keeping you on your toes.
Classic Jerry.
Classic Jerry.
Like, I'm gonna say
The
right
Brock.
up there, immediately he's entered into the top like 3 of Jerry's. Ben and Jerry's, you know, love-hate relationship. Jerry Bruckheimer.
Garcia.
I don't like Jerry Jones. Not a big fan of
It's
Jerry
gotta be Jerry
Seinfeld.
Garcia.
Jerry
It's gotta be
Garcia.
Does it have to be a living Jerry?
I think all Jerry, like, you can go Jerry Lewis.
What about my mom? My mom's name is Jerry.
Honorary top 5 mention.
I'll be honest, I haven't seen
Yeah.
any of her movies, but she sounds appealing as a character.
Yeah, she's alright. She's good. She's awesome.
God, I forgot this is mid-country song movie. I don't know what the name of it. It's just the country song from the '90s that everyone heard.
How Do I Live? I used it for my Instagram post about this exact movie an hour
Yeah.
ago.
Is it Leanne Rhymes?
Yeah.
Barely even rhymes. And you know that guy's evil because he's got a beanie on him.
That's how I look for evil in this day and world.
He's like
Beanie?
the evil Ed of his
Yeah.
generation, but he's also the Jay and Silent Bob. He goes Nicolas Cage. Just wasn't even in the script. He just wanted to have a dialogue with her stomach.
Make your daddy very proud.
Like, I gotta practice my accent. Baby won't know.
He's slinging shrimp off the back of a boat. What is that accent?
I don't know who he looks at with more passion, the guy or his wife. I think it's
Mhm.
the guy.
It also makes me feel like he's never been in a bar full of drunks before.
He might have never been in a relationship before. Like, because he was looking right at her stomach, being in love with it, and now he's like, oh, her face again? Like, please, look at my face. He's like, I want to fight or look at your stomach. That's the kind of guy I am. I got back from war.
Why did he just bring up like Vietnam? What year is this supposed to be?
1998, I think.
Jesus.
But it could be 1996. I don't know. How do I live? Origin date.
I don't know.
Right now, he can't stop thinking about bar fights and stomachs. Like, I'll win him over. He can share my jacket. We'll go in the rain. And these guys, because they got nothing else to do. They're just like, well, I'm
They're
at the
so
bar.
mad.
I'm
Yeah.
following the waitress to her car, like I always do. And sure enough, her boyfriend's here. Husband.
I'm
We
not.
just get
I'm
in the
not
car
prone-
and go.
Yeah, just drive away at this point. It is crazy though. Like, I am not prone to bar fights in general, but I could tell you if I was drunk and it was raining outside, I wouldn't even go outside.
Right.
They would have to.
Me
They would have to
neither.
haul my ass out of that bar. I'd be
Right.
like, no, I'm staying here till it stops.
What?
I'd be
He's
throwing
such
hands
a
in the bar.
idiot.
So-
Get in the car. Like, I don't. If I was his wife, I would be so angry.
There's a
Right.
flame.
Like, Cameron, you're being a fucking idiot.
There's just
I
a
would just-
flame in the background that just pops out of the sky.
Yep.
Like, we gotta fight. It's raining out. Better start the flamethrower.
Also, I know you get hand-to-hand combat training in the military, but I don't think you get ward off 3 dudes hand-to-hand combat. Do you?
No.
I mean, they
Like,
were
that was
drunk.
fucking intense.
It was also wet, so they might have thought we can take him. If it was dry, like it was indoors, we'd have no shot. But let's jump him by the fire. So the other thing is
You did it, though.
Wait, does he have a southern accent?
sometimes
Yeah. It depends.
Ish.
Right now, he's just coming off Face Off in his mind, I think. So he's like, "Am I really John Travolta? No, no, no. I'm Southern."
I'm Southern.
He's got the short hair, so he doesn't know how to act with a Southern accent just yet. He's got to go to prison for his accent. There's a comedian who his lawyer looks like. It's not Will Arnett, but it's someone who was on Arrested Development.
Oh,
That
I think I
looks
know
like
what you're
who?
talking about.
His lawyer. This might be my favorite part of the movie. His correspondence.
His eloquence.
Sorry.
Mom, that's fair.
Was not expecting him to come at us with those triceps.
Grab my balls. Thank you. We're friends forever.
Wow.
A little girl, Nick Cage, with that, like, Nick Cage hair. Nicolina
That's-
Cage.
Nicolina. This shit's crazy.
And she's just like, my daddy's in jail.
I want to know who's turning over prisons and setting shit on fire like that.
He's coming in with relationship advice next. Get ready.
Show the legs. Show the legs.
That's like the fire situation. Like he's like, oh, this is for fires. Better just use my muscles. Pull up on this sprinkler system.
Perfecto.
I didn't like it.
I love this.
Very important.
Very.
Try shoving your palm through his nose bone. I don't know. Like,
Origami.
He keeps busy.
He does keep busy. Shows he's a good man.
he learned that you don't put your palm through someone's nose.
I mean, he could have driven away. So
Right.
guilty.
This is toxic masculinity right here. This is what it gets you.
They were gonna call the movie Avoidable Situation, but they were like, Con Air is probably a better title.
Preventable air.
My birthday. When
July
John
14th.
Malkovich reads this later, he does a better Southern accent, and
He
he's not trying to
does.
have one.
Yes, he does.
Then he puts a gun up to the bunny's head for no reason because he wasn't there for that.
He does threaten that bunny for no reason.
Hey, Dad, I'm grateful I get to see you after prison, but no gifts? Like, what the fuck? Just because you were in prison, you couldn't go to Toys R Us? Don't worry, Baby O, you'll be out of here soon, too.
Look at his face, as if he's never heard it before. It's like, what are you saying?
They're like, we need a unique handshake. Like, Cage only got 2 steps on his handshake.
Mm. Cheers.
Classic.
Yup.
That's classic Cage right there. That insane laugh.
When the information you've been told 30 minutes ago just hits you like it's inedible.
Yeah. Right. Super delayed. Super delayed.
The jailbird.
Like Steve Buscemi.
I'd rather face a pure predator than an unpure one. Like I don't even know where that predator's been.
An unpure predator. Yeah.
What if it's like one of those alien predators?
Now that's a pure predator.
It
Makes no never
never
mind.
mind.
Fucking Nicolas Cajun over here.
Too many
Jesus.
words, Nicolas
Nicolas
Cage.
Cage.
I was like, is it Poe or Shakespeare? I can't be sure.
What a fucking monologue. She's like, I don't care, dude. Shush.
He's like, I'm just here to give you backstory.
Right.
If I was gonna call his jacket anything, I'd call it French vanilla.
Yeah.
But no, it's got some cinnamon in it too. It's not a bad color.
It's latte.
It's a latte. That's
Yeah.
fair.
It's a latte.
I feel like this is the second or third time we've encountered him in our watch-alongs.
Cusack was in 16 Candles for sure.
That's right.
But it's our first Colm meanie.
Mm.
And the ironic thing is, the problem they run into in this movie is that they can't teleport or transport. Like, fucking get him to the fucking holodeck or something.
Cut him some slack. It's the 90s.
In Star Trek, Colm Meaney tends to fix everything, but in this movie, he just ruins it.
I'm just realizing, does he play Charlie's dad in Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
I think that is.
That's his fucking dad.
So, the real question isn't is everyone bad at their job, because clearly everyone is, but is he the worst at his job here? It's gonna be a battle. They got all the way to the van without sorting this out.
It's useless. Yeah, because no one carries weapons in prison.
Yeah, right.
What? Like, what?
I'd like to suggest that maybe John Cusack is good at his job so far,
He's trying.
but Nicolas Cage, you're like, hey, you're a trained weapon. If you fatality someone, there are gonna be consequences. He's like, didn't know I couldn't do that.
Yeah, I feel like he couldn't have learned that just in the military. There's got to be
Right.
something else going on, like
That was extra shit.
like
Maybe
secret
it was
service.
special ops or something.
Yeah, that's cool. We should create a prequel.
Con Air prequel.
Yeah.
I'd pay to see that just for the
Yeah.
accent.
Yeah.
Okay, is he the
De-aging.
worst guy in a film because he killed a dog? Maybe.
I mean, what's his face wears someone's head as a hat, so
Holy shit, is this guy based?
blowing up the NRA is kind of funny.
I think that's badass.
Yeah. I was gonna say, and he's black, so extra
So,
bonus points.
so he
for
might be
sure.
the actual hero of this movie, featuring
Yeah.
Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, I'm into that.
Like he goes after guys with rifle. Nicolas Cage goes after guys in parking lots when he's like, I could stay and raise my daughter, but I could also hurt you.
Once again, violence solves everything. You know.
Always.
Is it John Malkovich?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
He's only
Show
39
it.
years old here, but he has this amorphous look where he's always been ready to be a grandpa.
Yeah. It's like 39 going on 60 forever.
But he also might be like 24.
True product of the system. Yes.
Like John Cusack is
Cusack's
his character
trying.
from High Fidelity in this movie.
He's trying real hard.
I think he's doing pretty well.
Right.
Like top 5 criminals on this plane.
Such a good line.
Like in terms of hit percentage, like Dave Chappelle has the best slugging percentage out of lines in this film.
Yeah. Highest slugging percentage for sure.
High-fiving before the game even starts.
Foreshadowing.
Beep boop.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know how anyone can compete with Nicolas Cage's wig this week. Like this is the most one-sided the wig game has been in a long time.
That's fair. I'll be getting that back.
The only guy not intimidated by the police.
Honestly, I'd be like, I'm almost home. I ain't saying shit. Just deal with it.
That's cool.
In case you encounter an octopus or someone else you need to restrain, we've got the cuffs. Laying out the plot.
Oh, shut up.
I think they needed to make one of these guys scared of flying.
Yes.
Yeah.
Taking advantage of prisoners. Like, I'm into ankles, baby. So,
Wait, is that Jonathan Voss?
Is it? Let's find out.
Like no shot, right?
No.
Like of all of the things that we
yeah.
Yeah.
What is his character's name?
That is...
I don't see him on the cast list, so it's probably not him.
I don't believe it is.
No.
Yeah, I feel like with all of the clips that have been circulating lately, we would have seen one if that was, but
Agreed.
ooh. Say it slower.
Johnny 23, that's it.
Oh, that's
I
Trejo.
remember him.
Damn,
Yeah.
Trejo.
I love Trejo. He's a good dude. Got a cute little vegetarian restaurant in Vegas.
Yeah.
Have you seen the tarot reader that I posted? I call him Auntie Trejo, and he looks like Trejo, but with very, very long hair and dresses.
Fucking base
in,
John
women's
Malkovich.
women's pantsuits.
Mm.
I'll have to share it with you.
John Malkovich.
So good.
That wasn't a bad retort, but John Malkovich selling it makes it worthwhile.
Probably the best actor in the movie.
Yeah.
There's something about that woman's hair that is like Val Kilmer from Top Gun-ish.
Yeah, it's very strange.
Like, you know that she's no nonsense. Diamond Dog is an excellent nickname too.
Agreed.
I can't stop noticing how big the badge on her hat is.
It's funny because if they didn't put them in these little cages, they probably would have had a lot harder time getting away with this.
Nicolas Cage's.
Mm. Blech.
Ugh.
I cannot.
Well, under things that age your worst, Dave Chappelle's choice of words. The guy behind him
That
finds it
dude's
hilarious.
That dude is laughing. Monty.
Bet it's on the plane.
It's terrible. The chaos that ensues so immediately.
Did he yell Allah Akbar there? Because it sounded
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it.
Yep. That might have aged the worst. What year was this?
96 to 98.
Oh my gosh.
He's not thwarted by a cattle prod. That's how good of an actor he is. They need 3.
I would draw straws for that.
Yeah.
Well, if you're head captain, you
Why
can
do I
send the
have to
assistant
go?
back.
Ugh.
At least he led with the gun.
In the head, man.
Like, he's like, gun through the door first, like I was trained.
Wow.
I believe him.
Push over. Terrible words written.
Wow.
Terrible words written. Like,
but delivered amazingly.
yeah, like John Malkovich is like having a really good hockey goalie. Like he can save so many own goals.
Yeah.
Like, compare that to Nicolas Cage's "I hope this letter reaches you in the third grade." Hence, with I will be getting my
Hence
picture
with.
back, darling.
uh,
Another contest might be who's the sweatiest in the movie.
little ruckus. Can you describe the ruckus?
Uh-oh. His whole character has already been described to the audience. In terms of, like, natural hair, Billy Bedlam has a nice coif.
Mm.
Careful, Poe, you don't kill nobody else up here.
Like, back home, sexual assault happens and we all turn a blind eye, but we're on the road now. Gotta keep it cool.
I just the trope of like murderers who are so not cool with like SA and stuff like
Yeah,
that. You know what I mean? Like
right.
this
They're
guy,
like,
John Malkovich is the
we'll
only
kill
one stepping
people,
up
but
there.
you're
Like,
not.
I
You're
don't.
not assaulting anyone today.
yeah, like he's so honorable.
Mm. Hmm. Yes.
He's the poster child for psychiatric criminals or whatever they said.
Yep.
Damn.
Think people wind up in prison go, oh, which character from Con Air are you? Oh, I'm Johnny 23. Ugh.
Ugh.
Not this time.
With his. I mean, shit. When you're dead.
Things that age the worst.
Yep.
He's not back at all. He's moving forward.
That's what happens.
Yeah.
Shot through the heart and you're to blame. This is a Bon Jovi song.
Poe was like, I done told you. I told you.
No, never mind about that.
So Nicolas Cage might have led to 2 deaths. Let's keep count.
Mhm.
Virus, the
Rough.
damn virus.
Hell yes, I did. That's so good, honestly.
Jesus.
Could have ended this whole ass movie.
Okay, so he's like, I gotta save her. He's like, I guess I'll leave her here. I'm too old for this shit.
I heard that.
Do your handshake. There it is.
Amazing.
In case no one was sure.
Jerry Bruckheimer telling us what we don't already know. This guy is crazy. Fucking, he's like in Project Zomboid terms, he's like a 10 out of 10 at masonry. This is like the most unreal version of Shawshank.
Yeah, I was thinking that it's like got Shawshank. Like did this come after Shawshank and they were like, we should
Yeah.
do Shawshank but in the sky?
Well, that's what they were like. Like, we can't put a poster over that. That's too. Oh, we'll have him build fake bricks out of soap. Rita Hayworth. We'll make her Rita Hayworth out of bricks. You gotta remember, they needed 3 white guys. Then they didn't have them. You know what? Cyrus is the only one who's good at his job here. Outside of
Right.
John Cusack.
I mean,
Yeah.
he is very good at his job.
They're not suspicious at all that when they said they're gonna gag everyone, that this guy now all of a sudden wants to stay on the plane.
Right.
I just realized 15 years is 15 years. I'm back.
Cyrus is very convincing. That's why he's good at his job.
Like, the opposite version of this is when is the
did
opposite
just
of
save
this
his
movie
life.
is like Kevin Costner choosing not to do an accent for Robin Hood Prince of Thieves. Nicolas Cage, can you do a Southern accent? Well, I could just not do one. Whoa, 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 whoa. Didn't say that. Didn't say that. I'm just so impressed because the opposite side of the brick is also clean.
Mm-hmm.
Anarchist cookbook.
And it was,
Yep.
yeah,
Hell yeah, brother.
classic.
I think this is the scene where John Malkovich spits a lot.
Probably.
Like it's a sandstorm, you can't see anything. But when he says gag 'em and bag 'em, he says it with his face.
Oh yeah, a lot of shitters and spitters.
Yep.
Shit
You
eating.
can't just throw shit eating peckerhead in there. You can't. It should be illegal.
He's like, oh yeah.
No one noticed that there were guys in blue.
And shut up.
I like that he called him Curly.
This guy
Great mustache.
clearly flies planes all the time.
Yeah.
Oh man. Jesus.
Lands his lines
Unbelievable.
100% of the time. Now, I'm not sure. This has to be before Half Baked, but after Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. Men in Tights. Like for Dave Chappelle.
Yeah, I think it's before Half Baked.
Oh, Men in Tights is another good one though.
Oh, yeah.
Hello. Idiot.
Uh-oh. Crime solving John Cusack's on the case. Like the worst criminal of all time.
And it's fucking Steve Buscemi.
Not only the Steve Buscemi, but they just found out about it. Like he was an add-in.
Surprise!
On the debut episode of Survivor, you find out that it's actually going to be Survivor with like Jeffrey Dahmer.
Right.
Oh, look at that. What a surprise for this season.
This fucking idiot. I mean, I guess in his defense, he has been in prison a long time.
Even got the music of like one of those CSI shows.
What an idiot.
Not only is it don't touch anything, do not open, and then they get the bomb from Die Hard with a Vengeance.
Ridiculous.
You said not to touch anything. What about this box that says "Don't open"?
Seems safe. Yeah, get him.
This movie just continually reminds you how shitty everyone in prison is.
Okay, so they still haven't done anything right.
No.
In fact,
Yeah, but if not for the police brutality, we wouldn't know there was a recording there.
I guess, yeah.
So
they were fooled by the phrase "bag 'em and gag 'em." Like, oh, he seems legit. He knows the lingo.
that's cop talk right there.
Unbelievable. Totally
Spitters and
normal. We
shitters.
should be
Oh, this guy
going.
he must be the leader. Sweatiest, right there. Got a nominee.
I can't believe they decided to keep going.
Not good at his job.
Christ. As if it's this little tiny inconvenience. Oh gosh. Okay.
I gotta put the goggles on. That was a very performative gunshot.
Correct.
We call that a John Malkovich specialty.
Oh my god, that guy has all of the best facial hair combined. Uh,
Uh,
Cameron Poe is trying to get a plane ride back to getting ass. Dave Chappelle was done in because he was gonna get ass, but now he has to get a plane.
Where did this man learn to fly a plane? Do you think he knew
He read
before
about-
prison?
he read
Well-
about it, I think.
He just studied in a book.
Yeah.
When I hear the guitar melody from this, I think of Sting's "Shape of My Heart." I think it might be the same starting note.
Hmm?
Not closer. That was ADR.
What did we learn?
Whose fault is it? Gotta be the other guys.
This is obviously John Cusack's fault. The quantity of speculation is unreal.
I do believe that this is how they place the blame, though. Like, blaming the other person is like textbook what I think happens here.
Yeah.
Of course.
How
many-
But technically, this might be the best acted scene between two actors of the movie, outside of Ving Rhames and John Malkovich. The only question at this point in the movie when you're watching is, oh, does his helicopter get shot down? Does it crash? I like that his masks makes me think of like a dog.
Yeah, he's taking that thing off like this motherfucker about to bite me.
Yeah, why did they give him the whole Hannibal Lecter treatment? Did he eat people?
They just said the way he killed everyone made the Manson family look easy. So I guess maybe he did eat people.
Yeah.
They said
Yeah,
up and
pretty
down the
whacked out
eastern
teeth.
seaboard, so maybe they have to mask him because he's going to be in a bunch of different states for court. They have different rules. Like if you show up to court after eating people in North Carolina, you got to muzzle up.
Well, you can't. Oh man. I don't like him.
Yeah. That's the
He
John
hates talking.
Cusackist he
This
can
guy-
get.
Those are the first words he said all day.
That was too far. Like, I will be insulted, but not by a song.
Not by a song.
She looks more like she's the older sister than Nicolas Cage's wife.
Yes.
Like, she looks closer to the daughter in age than he looks to her.
Mm. Is that 3 M-bombs for this movie?
It's tough to say.
It's
I
definitely
don't
up
think
there.
John Malkovich was comfortable going.
Yeah, I don't think he went full. I think it's 2.
So,
I think
so
it's
he had
2.
he had the R, but it was the early R, not the late R, not the hard R.
I just mostly didn't remember that.
Well, it's really, we have a leader for sweatiest. His friend going through.
Oh, his dying friend.
Yeah, his dying friend is definitely sweating. This is high fidelity John Cusack.
That was not a fact.
Yeah, that was.
That was a question.
Yeah, that was a question.
Good try, John.
You know why? The only way you prove something to John Cusack is panties, and he didn't get anyone's underwear. Not all. I'm pretty sure it's any.
No hostage clause.
I noticed that.
Why does that exist?
Yeah, what is that?
I guess it's just a waiver. Like, just so you know, if you end up being taken hostage, the United States is not responsible for your fucking safety.
Wow.
But that's wild as shit.
They just signed in their contract. He's like, I'm all good with this, benefits and a pension, and it says no hostage clause where if I get taken hostage, it says you don't give a fuck.
Yeah, it's boilerplate, you know.
Is that negotiable?
it's a
No.
clause,
Oh, it's a
like,
hard
you
no.
have to-
Okay, well, I would love this job.
I'll take it.
Like maybe it's a, get out of it if you have to like kill yourself or something. Sorry, so harsh. So like a no hostage clause, but like.
Oh, that got dark.
It's
Early leader for best
unacceptable.
pet name from this movie is definitely Pinball.
You mean it's not Johnny 23?
Naming your dog Johnny 23. It depends. If he humps a lot of stuff, I think that might be a fair nickname.
An apropos nickname, yeah.
Like if his name is Johnny Boy, but he humps everyone, and when he does, you call him Johnny 23.
Trees and stuff.
Trees and stuff.
Oop. Oh. Unbelievable.
He writes like a whole note.
God damn.
Unbelievable.
Oh, that's a good joke.
That's a good joke. That's okay. His finger wasn't on the trigger. We're all right.
So there were Nicolas Cage is responsible for 2 deaths. He's throwing his body out of the air. It could land anywhere. Fucking hits a car.
Oh, and it does.
It lands anywhere.
No, I bet he was aiming for the top of that car though.
Car wash. Oh my god.
Oh, not bird poop.
Crazy.
So they might be dead. Oh no,
Yeah.
they're alive. Way to go, Nick. You saved 2.
There's a lot of crashes in this movie, but that's a pretty good one.
I'm on North.
Not diddly shit.
I'm gonna go figure out what diddly shit means.
I have things to Google. Fucking love him.
Late night sneak me uncle.
Is that what he said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
That whole
you.
dialogue in that scene is choice.
Unbelievable.
That don't mean diddly shit to anyone else, but to us it's important. The real plot
like
is
to
John
imagine-
Cusack is trying to steal his wife.
True.
Gotta be an excellent dad, just letting you know.
I like to imagine that Steve Buscemi's character is just a continuance from Billy Madison.
Okay.
Yeah.
That it's the same guy.
Oh, you said Billy Madison, and I was like, oh, I thought you were gonna say Big Lebowski. I was like,
You would never.
No.
like he gets off this plane and he goes bowling.
Man.
Oh,
Steve
he's gonna
Buscemi
find that fucking
is
bunny.
from my town, from Valley Stream.
Is he?
Really?
Yeah, he went to Valley Stream Central.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
John Cusack sweating. Cameron Poe's wife? Not at all. She's very calm. I would watch a movie of John Cusack reading Nicolas Cage's letters.
Okay.
Okay,
No,
That
I
girl-
would not know from Carson City.
that girl's like 21, and that kid is 6. So maybe Nicolas Cage's character should have been in jail anyway for a different reason.
Right. I support this.
Like, Johnny 23, well, I am Cameron Poe 1.
Yikes.
Holy shit.
They only let me talk to my daughter through letters because she heard my accent. That's a high and tight haircut. I like it. They did it just for that joke.
Yeah.
If they moved the transponder, why would they also turn around?
I was wondering the same thing. I thought we covered that they moved the transponder.
Come on, John
That's a
Cusack.
piece of shit.
This turnaround could cost them minutes because they're right behind the plane.
Uh-huh.
I could steal a car. Rather than get on the road right away, does he hotwire the car? Or does he just know how to get in there? Oh, luckily he gave me his spare key in case of emergencies.
Love the license plate. Ass kicker.
Yeah.
As.
That's how you know he's cool. It's got Z's in it.
Yeah.
It's not even manual, it's
That
automatic.
ass.
He just doesn't know how to drive. Like, oh, we're taking over the plane. Better read someone's letters. Take it, bunny.
That's such an iconic line from this movie.
Yeah.
Put
Oh, yeah.
the bunny back in the box.
Not even the first one. The why couldn't you put the bunny back in a box?
Oh, true, true.
That's what Henry wrote back to me. That's my caption for the post, and then Henry wrote back in my stories. He says, "Why couldn't you put the bunny back in the box?" I was like, "Thank you, Henry."
This scene worked so well when I spliced it in with Leprechaun because they're already crouching and about to fight.
Amazing.
Like, it's a rare crouch fight. You don't see a lot of crouch fighting.
Crouch
Oh.
fight.
They got a guitar solo for the crouch fight.
Very dramatic.
I feel like I need to learn how to crouch fight. Stand fighting, I've got covered. I'm good.
I want to learn how to throw hands like Nicolas Cage.
Welcome to Crawl Fight League. That's like the G League of crouch fighting.
Yeah, don't give Dana White any ideas, okay? He's already got slap fight, UFC. You know crouch fighting is in there.
It's pretty tough to give someone a concussion while you're crawl fighting. At least, like, you can only strike in the head. Oh, Grandma's waving?
Try to tell you. Fucking idiots. This man is the worst at his job.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's definitely the worst at his job.
Worst at his job.
Blatantly disregarding everybody.
In terms of, like, what they're asking of the cast, they're like, John Cusack, here's what you gotta do. Go into a room, be sweating, drive a nice car. Like, Nicolas Cage is fighting, John Cusack just does occasional yelling and talking on the phone. Fucking
Tell him.
Correct. Underrated line.
Mm-hmm.
It's my daughter's birthday today.
They give him like the most reasonable lines in the movie, and they're like, also, head is a hat.
Yeah.
I love it.
They're like, if you don't want to work 50 hours a week, you're pretty much a serial killer. Just letting you know.
Yeah. They're like, basically anti-capitalism is psychotic.
I mean, yeah.
Like, this guy drove across 15 states with the Communist Manifesto. Like, oh! One guy's
Making that
quoting
whole nod
poetry,
to the
he's quoting...
Anarchist Cookbook.
What was that, Seth?
Oh, I was just gonna say it makes that whole nod to the Anarchist Cookbook like feel a little different now
Yeah.
Yeah.
when I think about it in those terms.
So, you got Diamond Dog, you got John Malkovich, you got Steve Buscemi, who are like considered the worst criminals in the movie, and they get like one reasonable thing to say, and they're like, also, I want to murder everybody. Like, oh, that's how he's the bad guy.
Was that English? What the fuck did he say?
Putting this
Hit the-
baby down in the sandbox.
No, before that, with hitting the crystals and something about
Yeah,
I
something
don't
like
know.
that.
When he
At
picked
a
up
certain
that,
point,
that
I kind of lost the plan of the agents. Like, what are they gonna do here? Kind of lost the agents. Like, what's
very calm, calm with the controller like that. He has to touch the blood to make sure it's not jam. Then he
Yeah.
opens it. Oh, a dead body. Couldn't have guessed that from the blood. Zac Efron, what are you doing here?
shit?
Gotta say, that was smooth as fuck. To dodge a plane with another plane.
By jumping out of your own plane.
Yep. Oh no, not by that plane. He took that giant plane and dodged the whole other one. That was incredible.
Hmm.
Now John
Good
Cusack
job.
has to have a little camp for it for his car. I'm sorry, he had an action scene where he falls.
Someone's volume is up a little high. I can hear loop back from Twitch. I promise it's not mine this time.
Let me double check mine.
It might be mine.
Oh, I hear myself.
Do you still hear it, Melissa?
I don't think so. No, I think we're good. Thanks.
Goody.
Oh, wait. Yeah, I do. Jose, where are you running to, bro?
White fucker hit the fence.
Huh.
It won't be the sweatiest one in this movie, I promise. Talk about barbecues.
What a vocabulary.
That's the opposite.
It's your barbecue and it tastes good.
Yeah.
We're gonna get a refueling truck and a tractor. From where and
I
from who?
yeah. I think that wink is a React GIF or GIF.
Yep, they have to have the necessary wardrobe scene.
Mhm.
The character, they wouldn't be a movie. Like they're all doing stuff where it's like, oh, we got to prepare to escape. Take that. They're like, oh, well, you'd want to dress clearly. Like
Right, like we finally have access to outside things. What
everyone
would
else is
we
like, we'll get
do?
water, we'll dig, and they're like, oh, can't dig.
I need a dress, girl.
They need a dress.
No.
Oh, they're trying to make you relate to John Malkovich. That was a commentary on John Cusack himself. That they were just like, oh, I'll keep it.
They're
in the
like,
movie."
keep it in.
How can we shit talk John Cusack?
Well, it's just like he hasn't mentioned anything like that in his character. He's been like, don't bring a gun on the plane. It's like, oh, this hippie.
Right, nothing particularly outlandish in the scheme of things. Ugh.
What is that?
Great hat.
They look like onions and chicken feet.
It looks
Correct.
like soup ingredients.
First aid soup ingredients, very
It's first aid for the soul.
Aww.
Johnny 23 is like, better get on the roof.
nowhere to go and nowhere to hide, my friends.
A pretty good stretch of the 90s for Ving Rhames. Like, this was after, like, Pulp Fiction, maybe the next movie or the second movie after that.
I never really understood why this little girl was here.
Well, I mean, it's an empty pool. That's where you have tea parties.
Is she
I
real?
don't know.
I was just thinking that, I'm like, is she real?
Oh, those Spanish lessons really, really working there.
Wow. It's his only move. That backwards arm bend. It's like the identical choreographed scenes of the opening.
Oh, yeah.
It prepared him.
Yeah.
He's got one move. Luckily, these guys also only have one move. He didn't bring his gun down. He just turned his back on the guy with the gun. Luckily, my back is bulletproof. Then he just shoots him. Don't worry, Cameron. I'll raise her. Brad, if I see your wife, I'll tell her I love her.
Such a good guy.
Right before I put my tongue down her throat.
Ugh. Terrible. I'm gonna save the Declaration of Independence.
That's some great hair on this guy too.
Yeah.
Going on set today. Give me makeup, but just above the nose.
He's whipping him.
Yeah, the
Motherfucker
whipping.
whipping him.
Like, couldn't you
Good
be
for
pulling?
him. Good for him.
Holy shit!
He walked into like that bar and pulled a gun on the alcohol.
Feel so seen.
This scene is just here to make you think that this kid's gonna get it head ridden by or worn by Steve Buscemi as a hat.
Absolutely. For the whole flight home. But then he leaves her because he's not that bad of a guy.
You'd figure they'd put
Yeah,
Casey in this situation
He's just
these
misunderstood.
days. Like if they wrote that again, they'd be like, "Oh, we'll put his daughter as the one having the tea party." John Cusack is constantly almost getting hit by a plane.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have time for this, John. You don't have time for this, Cusack.
So what was the deal? They were there to pick up the drugs and wait for these criminals, but then blew them off? Like, I don't really...
So
yeah, that was the plan.
they,
He enlisted the help of all of these other convicts, and he was just going to fly away himself.
But
They
what,
make it-
like, they didn't do anything. They didn't bring anything. Like, I don't really understand what this
Yeah.
consisted of.
Oh no, I think they
Also-
were just picking him up because he was breaking out. So he
Oh,
he has to break
Ah.
out with other people, and then he's like on the side. He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna leave these motherfuckers."
so the plan
behind."
was never to help everybody, and it was
No.
always to help him.
yeah,
Yeah.
He was just doing his own thing and using people, as convicts do.
As they do.
Tom
It's a great
Cruise is like,
scene.
"I'm not gonna smoke."
Sayonara.
Sayonara.
Terrible.
Oh god, the writing is so bad.
Oh, the running, jumping out of a burning, blowing up thing.
Yes.
Get it for the trailer. Get it for the trailer.
Yes.
Through a
Iconic.
glass window.
Jumps through the window, but everything blows up behind him anyway. No damage. Like he hit L2 at the right time.
Who are all these dirty, sweaty people that are just in this airfield?
Yeah.
It's con sweat, but the con is with, like in Spanish. Cone with.
Like, obviously, it's an active airfield, I guess, but there's like 6 people that work for this whole thing. And one of them is a small child in a pool.
Labor laws were different back then.
Yeah, what's her job?
She's obviously the receptionist.
Iris
That's
found Billy
check-in.
Bedlam.
That's bag check.
Although Billy Bedlam is a good name for like a dog, I think. Or maybe a parrot.
Wait, who's named Billy Bedlam?
That's a
The
rock.
guy who they just found down there. That's not Stone Cold Steve Austin with hair. Propane and propane accessories.
Like, what is this airfield? Why are there propane tanks and parts everywhere? Like, I just don't understand anything about this. It's like half of a dump, half of an airfield.
Very confusing. Yeah, what's the propane for?
Well, they're gonna, like, you mean purposely? Yeah, I don't know why it exists on the airfield.
Or barbecue.
Lots of barbecues. So Steve Buscemi can cook his victims.
Well, they just showed that the picnic table is now empty. So
Yeah.
they make you think that that girl's in trouble.
Yeah.
But we know better.
At this point,
Steve
they don't even have
Buscemi wouldn't do
MapQuest. They
that.
just have it written down. Like, we drive through all of the airplanes and under the crane and into the choke point.
And why do all these propane tanks still have propane in them?
Yeah, like it would make more sense if it was like jet fuel
Yes.
or even just straight up gas.
This just looks like a weird junkyard that is also a landing strip in a town with a population of 24. Oh, voila.
Just a bit too late.
Unbelievable. But calculated enough that no one else gets hurt. Like, somehow this is the least believable part of this whole movie.
I don't know. The least believable part might still be coming up.
All right.
I think the accent is still less believable.
Oh.
I know what he's gonna do. I like that he's talking to him, even though he's not there. Nicolas Cage inventing parkour.
Suddenly she can also fight.
Holy shit, that's pretty good with a shotgun from far away. The bulletproof truck? Well, luckily there's a cop car there too. It's on fire, but
Yeah.
it still drives okay.
I don't know why that's so fucking funny.
So if he came in there and it was Baby O, he would have been like, fair. You followed my rules. Thank you.
It's quite a scene to pull up on.
Like at this point you're like, oh, he definitely killed that girl.
Right. It's got the
Like-
doll. It's a trophy.
Exactly.
Good for her.
Oh, no chance they didn't just kill him though.
It's not quite how insulin works. I mean, it is, but also.
It seems more like an EpiPen situation.
Right. I'm like, you're not just, you
Yeah.
gotta measure shit out, bro.
Like at that point, they're like, "Oh, I need the EpiPen for my cancer." Like they might as well just go that. Like they're going ridiculous on everything else.
And he had the glass vial, so you're supposed to like break that little top off, hope you don't spill it. And he's like cocked out on the floor. Like that's a whole lot of work to get yourself insulin that way.
Wait, fuck the tires and going for the pilot. It's a plane that carries prisoners, and that glass wouldn't be bulletproof. And tires, I don't know. Oh, CGI says no.
With the keys in it.
On any other day, that might seem strange. Uh, John Cusack's just like, I fucking told you so.
Yeah, that tower was doomed to begin with.
That was awesome.
And the,
Like,
and the
how many
license plate is
people
out so
have-
they can see it.
How many people have died? And he's like, my car.
Oh my God.
Luckily, after exploding, that license plate's not hot at all.
I can't believe that's the breaking point of this.
Yep.
Like, actually, you're not listening to me at all. Oh, she
Yeah.
made it. Yeah. Little trailer park. This dude's still running.
Back to base, Buscemi.
It's a piece of shit.
I don't know if that's irony.
Still funny.
Oh,
It's
they
like
all
Alanis
love
Morissette
fucking literature
irony.
now.
Right. It's rain on your wedding day and whatnot. The fun is
Like,
over.
how the fuck would he know about the bunny? He's got it all. Hey, I noticed you're not dying. That seems out of character for you.
Well, my feed froze. Is that everybody or just me?
Yeah.
Yeah, mine too.
Oh,
Yep, it is.
there we go. Great scene.
He's like, I'm gonna do this high voice the whole time. He got 2 sentences in, was like, not for me. Oh, not the note. Like, my friend's been shot, but I don't want to lose that paper.
Woof.
Like, doesn't he know what he just went through to get that insulin, and then he's just like sacrificing himself? Like,
Right. I'm like, my bro.
all that shit to keep you
I could have gotten off
alive.
at Carson City.
My God.
It's
Yeah.
like this movie saw pieces of other movies that it really liked and was just, we gotta give him a Bubba.
Yeah.
Like, Bubba dies. Like, he gets shot, yeah. This is his Forrest Gump. This is
Mhm.
Nicolas Cage's Forrest Gump. He goes to war, his friend gets shot, he has a daughter with a woman he barely knows.
More deadly weapon hands.
Oh,
Yeah,
impervious
okay.
to bullets has been activated.
Oh my God.
He's got the Hulk, he's got Hulk Hogan's hair, so maybe he has Hulk Hogan's superpower too of hulking up.
That hesitation was crazy.
I'm the captain now.
Captain now.
I know that not accent anywhere. Okay, now, they definitely should shoot it here, because the end result of this is far more damaging and dangerous than this.
I want to know if he would really have the authority to missile down a plane also.
Right? It seems a little bit out of their
Jurisdiction?
Yeah.
Yeah. Woof. That was satisfying.
Like, Big Daddy, that's Adam Sandler.
I like that he just had that helmet.
Yeah, that's why you should have shot it down before it got to the civilians.
Right, this is everyone else's
Mhm.
fault.
Like, this movie in real life ends with John Cusack hitting on the now widow.
Steve Buscemi.
I am kind of perplexed that he got back on the plane
Why does that perplex you?
Because he has the tea party, hears the song, and he decides, you know what? I want to get back on that plane. Survives this and gets out again. So not only did Nicolas Cage land this in society, he let this serial killer out on the West Coast.
Maybe Nicolas Cage is the worst at his job.
Yeah, he had one job, and it was to not kill somebody.
And he's killed like a lot of people, and is currently killing
Did
like a
it.
lot of people.
Yeah.
Steve Buscemi didn't kill that girl because Steve Buscemi obviously doesn't kill children, or he would have. And
Yeah.
who the fuck wants to stay in Lerner Airport? That place looked terrible.
Maybe his 30 victims all deserved it. We don't know.
Right.
Who are
That's
we
fair.
to cast judgment?
You're right.
You know?
You're right. We're not judge nor jury.
John Malkovich was unconscious, and Danny Trejo's like, wake up. He's like, oh shit, I forgot.
Oh shit.
I was sleeping in.
Where? Out where? Where?
He's gonna hit a button and just fly out like an escape hatch.
Through the top?
Yep. They have an emergency. Oh, stinking breath.
Oh no.
That's the second character in this movie who's had stinky breath.
Yep. That propeller thing was kind of cool.
The person in that booth is dead.
Yeah. The idea of an airplane fucking landing on the Vegas Strip is crazy.
Well, this is obviously before 9/11, and I'm like, oh, if this happened after 9/11, that plane is down. Like, they can't even
Right.
have the end of this movie.
No, it would never made it this far.
At least they're pretty quick.
I can't decide if that character has aged the best or the worst.
Well, that character has aged the least damaged by a plane crash. Like, the dress is fine. Just no concussion, no scars, just walking out like, oh, me?
Utter gay atrocity. Just,
Oh,
how
me?
dare.
Oh, me? You want me? Like, I'm gonna pull you
look
up
at
with my
this
not
here.
shot arm.
Unbelievable.
That was not needed.
Yeah,
No, it was so there's also no hair. Like, what did he just... I like how Poe is also just wandering around unhandcuffed.
Yeah.
he, John Malkovich, when he popped his head out, gave me the vibes of like the gopher from Caddyshack.
Absolutely. It was like the same. Absolutely. That's awesome, actually. This is my favorite.
Bye, arm. Plan is 7th birthday in Vegas. Honey, we'll always remember the 7th birthday. We were at the tables.
Lucky 7. Dumb.
And that kiss on the cheek is so weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
It's just letting you know Nicolas Cage has options. He's choosing to go home.
Yeah. He can pull them.
They said his whole name. We're both stealing vehicles now.
He's going right back to jail for this one.
Impersonating an officer.
Woo!
Why couldn't you put the bike back in the box? Like, we haven't threatened enough innocent lives yet. We gotta drive through, I guess that's, not the...
I think that's Old Vegas.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Um,
it... Oh. I'm trying to think of the street. Not Bourbon Street.
Fremont Street?
Fremont Street. Luckily, he's got that fire vest on, which is also bulletproof.
Ridiculous.
It's such a good fire truck. It doesn't even need to be plugged in like with the fire hydrant. It can just shoot it can just shoot water.
That's right. That's
Finally
not-
out of bullets.
Not He's out of bullets before the fire truck is out of water. Wow.
I don't feel
Did
like
you
that
see
would've
Nicolas
caused
Cage's
an explosion.
body hit that explosion and be totally fine? John Cusack's like, I want to do action. Oh. When your friend's little brother wants to hang out, but you don't want.
Yeah.
Run him off the road.
This is why he was doing those pull-ups.
Yep. Like, I specialize in unconventional pull-ups.
Ugh.
Tough angle, but a really strong... That's got to be shoulder?
My God.
Fighting on a fire truck.
So he threw down the other weapon he had, just in case.
I miss 90s style action where they're like, should we do this? And they're like, fuck it, we've already done all the rest of this. Why not
Right.
just have this fire truck scene?
Instead of on top of a train or something.
It was one of those
Yeah.
things where they're like, we have $100,000 left in the budget, and we didn't end the movie yet. Can we get a truck with that? Like, can we get a truck? We can get a truck and two motorcycles.
Let's fuck up this whole tunnel.
With the water.
Like, just let him come out the other side and then we'll deal with it. They had no contingency plans. They had no strategization. They had nothing.
He's
They
probably
chose to
fine.
shoot a fucking plane down.
No, he's not.
Let it crash into an airstrip. Try to blow it up in a fucking tunnel.
Nick, you've already had a runaway plane. What do you want to do to finish it? Runaway bus? No, we've done it. Runaway fire truck? Yeah. And we'll make it go on fire. And it rains money. That's the other part of it.
Guitar solo.
And then Mortal Kombat fatality.
Oh my gosh.
That's like he got
Cool.
so
That was
Home Alone there. Like that happens to Daniel
Yeah.
Stern
Right.
with bricks.
Yeah, he got Culkined.
Bunny can't swim.
Not the bunny.
The actual most unrealistic part of this is no one is diving for all this money.
But
Oh,
they
my
are
goodness.
diving for stuffed bunnies.
Like, they're like, oh, this is sort of vaguely fun, but there is so much money on the ground. Yeah.
Yeah, there is.
I'd be stuffing it in my pocket.
Right. This is too joyous. This is not a game.
Oh my gosh, I bet it's him.
Am I one of them?
At least that gunshot wound wasn't troubling enough to store the bunny next to it.
No. I don't apologize to this asshole for anything.
I think he should be arrested. Like that's how bad he was at his job.
How they're best friends now? It's like, oh, you got shot? We can be friends.
Cop shit.
Cop shit.
Cop shit.
Leanne Rhymes is back.
Wait, why is his wife there?
Yeah, they
'Cause
like brought her to like I don't understand any of.
They
Why
saw an
did they
opportunity
bring
to put his
her?
daughter in harm's way, and they were like, we gotta
Yeah.
take it.
They're like, let's bring these civilians to this horrific plane crash.
Right now, if this is a real life thing, everyone is screaming. There's no Leanne Rhymes. Like, underneath, it sounds like a nightmare scene from Silent Hill. Yeah, that's the right reaction.
Strange bleeding man with dirty bunny.
And they went on to have the most generic kitchen ever imaginable. There's live, laugh, love on one side.
And Leanne Rhymes on the other side.
Yep. Thank you for raising your little sister while I was gone. John Cusack's like, I could have had her. If I just shut down that fucking plane.
Yes, he does.
Maybe this is a sequel to Swingers.
Picked up some of that money off the streets.
Love him.
Oh, meanie. Oh, Sally Can't Dance was the name. You could tell when they wrote Sally Can't Dance, they were like, I wonder if John Leguizamo's in here. I wonder if, you gotta get John. He'd be in the, it's like mid-90s wheelhouse.
Oh,
To be fair, he would have slayed at that role.
Yeah.
he would have been so good.
Have we already started recasting?
Well, they probably
We
could
get
have
ahead of
gotten Leanne
ourselves.
Rhymes as his wife. Like, actual.
Yay!
Yeah.
Woo!
Oh man, I'm gonna be thinking about that accent.
Yeah,
for a long
it's easily
time.
the most accent movie ever. Just the most.
Did they? Okay. Do you think they gave him the accent just so it wouldn't be weird that they used Sweet Home Alabama?
Like they gave him the accent specifically because they were like, we want him to be Southern.
Yeah. Yeah, because we got the rights to the Skinnerd song.
I think
And it's weird.
Someone owed them a favor, and they were like, you gotta put this song in this movie.
I think they gave him the soundtrack and were like, come up with an accent.
Yay.
Like, oh, Sweet Home Alabama. Well, that's an accent.
Well, they definitely. So in the first scene of the movie, they make the starting scene is definitely somewhere down south. It's just that everybody else has like normal, muted Southern accents.
Yeah.
And then they were just like, all right, now you're going to sound like you literally crawled out of the bayou this morning.
Yeah. Like,
Do that.
so the bar is in Louisiana, but his character is from the actual swamp.
Yeah. And there's a character named Swamp Thing, and it wasn't Nicolas Cage, and that's crazy.
His name was MC Gainey, which is an excellent character name. Like, if they wanted to call him instead of Cameron Poe MC Gainey, I would have been like, excellent naming.
Holy shit. Yeah, that accent was insane.
Yeah, I'd like to start out with the 3 stars of the movie is John Malkovich, Nicolas Cage's accent, and civilian casualties.
Yeah, there were so many casualties.
Yeah, we got to give it up to the extras on this one. They died for this film.
They were certainly extra. Although I don't think that John Cusack or Ving Rhames, actually, Steve Buscemi could be the 3rd star in the movie.
I feel like he really steals the movie for me. Like,
he's really good.
He's probably the most like memorable character of this movie for me from like when I watched it when I was younger.
Yeah.
Like Dave Chappelle does great work, but he only plays half the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the problem with Buscemi too. He only gets into it like 45 or 50 minutes in. Feels like.
Yeah, he picked up where Chappelle left, though.
Yeah, I think that Cusack was actually really good, though.
Yeah.
I usually don't like him in things because I feel that he's like a one-note type of guy. I think
Which he was, but I think his one note was useful in this movie.
Yeah.
It kind of only required him to have one note.
Yeah, he played his role really well. I think his dialogue is probably the most like sensible of anybody in the movie.
Yeah.
And it's a low bar, but you know, somebody had to win.
Yeah.
And it's John Cusack.
Game where everyone has to participate. So if we're forcing him that, then it's gotta go to the actual actor.
Fair.
Splitting wigs, it's a Nicolas Cage runaway performance in wigs.
Definitely.
100%, yeah.
And you see him in the beginning of the movie, and you're like, I'm getting Nicolas Cage. See him in the middle of the movie, and you're like, getting Nicolas Cage in a wig. Maybe the accent came with the wig.
He just put it on, looked at himself in the mirror, and was like, I got this.
Yeah. An award that would be won by the movie or someone in it. Most avoidable civilian casualty. Most accent.
I think they had the most like vehicle budget out of a lot of movies. And like they had a really high vehicle budget.
A lot of vehicles.
Most vehicle casualties.
Yeah. The most confusing airport.
Most confusing airport. Done.
True.
Most confusing junkyard turned into an airport.
Yeah. Like, why is this a junkyard airport?
A junkyard airport and then Las Vegas airport. we made up airports.
Maybe we're looking at this wrong. Maybe this isn't an action movie. Maybe it's a slasher movie for vehicles. They go to like a vehicle graveyard.
Ooh.
Like a Brinks truck just explodes at the end.
Wait, did that happen?
Yeah. The fire truck drives into it. That's what makes the money rain.
Sorry, I was overstimulated.
Like, it's a little bit Final Destination for cars because the one gets hung out of a plane and gets a worse death than Pinball, who literally falls through a car.
Mm.
Like, if you think people are the vehicles
when he fell.
People are the vehicles with which we damage cars in the land of Con Air.
Right. Instead of the other way around.
Human bodies wreck all of them.
So sad.
So in the Cars universe, this is a horror movie.
Oh my god, I was just thinking that. I was like, man, that would be a great little short bit to do, like an episode of the movie Cars where they're just watching this and they're just like, oh my god, that poor truck.
That is a bit.
Maybe Cars is the double feature.
Yes.
the best scene in the movie is probably somewhere between. I like the stanza that happens between John Malkovich, Ving Rhames, and Nicolas Cage, where he talks about how good his barbecue is.
Yeah.
The barbecue and it's good.
It's a pretty good bar. I like the way it tastes. But if it was my barbecue, well, it's not your barbecue, sir.
I'd shoot every one of these peckerheads in the base head of their skull. Okay,
Nothing
Foghorn
I would
Leghorn.
love more. It is very Foghorn Leghorn. Will,
Like, I'll take the stutter out of Foghorn Leghorn. He's like,
you
well,
nailed it.
Cyrus, I'll say.
Holy shit.
Nicolas Cage is Foghorn Leghorn.
Oh my goodness.
The best line is probably, why couldn't you put the bunny back in the box?
It's the most iconic
so
for
good.
sure.
Yeah.
There were a lot of ones that are thrown in by John Malkovich that
Yes.
are just so solid and passing.
Yeah. Like most of what he says, honestly.
The only one I did not think really was great was Sayonara. Which
That was so dumb.
he tried, though. He really tried. He really
Yeah,
did. He was like, I'm going to make this work.
It was clever for what it was. But yeah.
They're all cheesy action movie lines.
Right.
Like some hit better than others, but yeah, Sayonara is easily the worst line in this movie.
For
Yeah.
sure.
They had all the budget. They're like, we spent all the budget on cars. We can't do any rewrites.
This is all we got.
We already blew up the fire truck, so no editors. Things that aged the best. You could say Nicolas Cage's accent.
I don't know. I don't think it got
in
any
what
better
way?
throughout the movie.
Because
Yeah.
it's timeless.
I don't think it aged at all. I think it was DOA, man.
Exactly. Well, I loved it as much as I did in 1996 or 98. I'm like, oh, this is a reason to watch this movie. Like, to watch Nicolas Cage try to thwart all of the offenses of the human language. Like, just, like, I'm getting in there and I'm fogging it up.
It's so crazy for me because it's like it didn't age at all. Like he literally sounds like a trial attorney from 1862 Mississippi. Like there's just something real off about it. It's just not.
Watched A Time to Kill and was like, I could do more of that.
Oh, that's such a good movie, though. That's such.
That is a good movie.
And-
Time to Kill is a great movie.
Oh,
The age the worst. I gotta say, for a prison movie in the 90s, they had less homophobia than I'd expect.
I had the same thought.
Yeah.
I had
True.
the same thought. I was like, wow, they're just super into this person dancing around in dress and like they don't make one homophobic comment about it. They say,
Yeah.
here you go, girl, and give him a gun. And I'm like, yes.
yeah.
So if we're going what age the worst, I think we can also nominate Nicolas Cage's accent.
I agree.
I think that it qualifies
Terrible.
only as best or worst. Like, you cannot feel the middle about his accent.
I think it
It
aged the
exists.
worst because when I was younger, I didn't notice how horrible it was. And now as an adult and I watch this movie, I'm like, wow, that was really bad.
For sure. I definitely didn't pick up on how bad it
No,
was.
like I feel like I've never given this accent that much thought
Mhm.
before, and then you guys were pointing out, and I was like, "Oh, it is really atrocious."
Yeah.
actually.
I think the thing that aged the worst is the plane landing among all the civilians in Vegas, because, like, if this movie was made post 9/11, no,
Right?
you know, that just, you don't see that anymore.
Yeah, they don't write that anymore.
Yeah,
Definitely.
90s was big on that.
yeah.
I don't think the plane gets back in the air again. I think that it ends with
Yeah.
Lerner Airfield kind of drive away in the fire engine. Like, just
Mhm.
they cut out the Vegas trip part.
Yeah,
Post 9/11, I don't think they would have made it out of Carson City.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm thinking they're looking at fucking badges and faces, and they're fucking waiting and signing off on shit. And
I'd say because they were prisoners, even pre 9/11. Like if it was a civilian plane, that's one thing. But I don't think they're making out of there before that because they just have a really lazy way of doing the one thing that they're supposed to do for the most dangerous people in the country.
right.
Yeah, but John Malkovich is so convincing, saying bag 'em and gag 'em and spitters and shitters. So,
Yeah.
you know, who could suss that out? I mean, that's just too perfect.
Spoke their language.
Police brutality aged the best or
Yes.
worst or the same. I don't know what the
It aged.
It aged. It's the same now.
Nicolas Cage goes out there to talk to him. He's like, bitters and shitters. Like, this guy is not authentic.
No.
This is a criminal.
No.
Best over actor or over actress. Or actually, I guess we got to go best actor. It's got to be John Malkovich.
Is it?
Because it's either him or Steve Buscemi. And John
Is the
Malkovich.
what? Best actor or over actor?
No. Well,
Best actor.
I think he's got to be best actor because the script is what's there. And I feel like he has to act the fuck to make some of the parts of the script sound human.
I agree.
Even if they're
That's
ridiculous.
He took this script that is not necessarily like dialogue driven or character driven even, and was like, I'm gonna make this memorable. I'm gonna make this good. I'm gonna shine.
Absolutely. If Buscemi had more lines, I would say Buscemi, but Malkovich really brought it.
I loved the pool scene.
Yes.
I thought that was really good.
Absolutely.
I want to see that movie for sure.
Yes.
With him after, like, what goes down.
Right. What are you doing in Vegas? Where you at? What's up?
Yeah.
What happened during this thing? It's like his POV of Con Air.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's just get everyone's Con Air POVs. What's happening on the plane while what's his name is dying? Like, let's get everyone.
When it comes to overacting, I think it's got to be Cole Meany.
Yeah, that's fair.
He starts the movie yelling at Larkin. Larkin ruins his car. Like, he's in a fight with him for 2 straight hours. And the last 5 minutes is like, are we friends now? It's like the scene in Step Brothers where they're like,
yes.
You want to go do karate in Vegas?
Did we just become best friends?
Yes.
I want to go do karate in Vegas.
We're recasting a role. John Leguizamo, because it felt like the Sally Can't Dance. I felt like that could have been a John Leguizamo specialty.
Oh, 100%.
Absolutely.
Although I do want to give some love to the actor that plays Sally Can't Dance. Also in the movie Hackers.
Hackers, yep.
What is their name in
Hides the Disc.
Yeah, is part of the hiding of the disc, but I don't remember the character's name. But a fantastic role portrayal in that movie as well.
Definitely.
But yes, John Leguizamo definitely could have killed that role as well.
I would accept that.
And the other recast, I'd like to make Leanne Rimes the wife and have her actually singing this song at the end of the movie to him.
More believable for sure.
How do I live without you? And he just walks over with his shoulder wound and tries to reconvene with the daughter.
I just really don't like that they just, from my standpoint, they're like, oh, his wife is so great. Like, she kind of like stood by him that whole time. Like, what did she do for 8 years or whatever, however long he was in there? I just don't like that. She was just like waiting.
Well, she got all those letters.
Candle. Yeah. She got all those letters.
Like, I'd move on, but I gotta file another letter from Dad.
I mean, and also they're young, they're Southern, they have a baby. Like, it feels very, oh yeah, I'll wait for you.
Now the question that I'm wondering is, did she read the letters to her daughter with his accent? Like she's talking like a human being, and then she gets a letter.
Correct.
Dear Casey, I hope this letter reaches you in the first grade. Mom, why are you talking like that? She's like, you'll get it when we go to Vegas and there's a plane crash.
That's the weirdest part is that they ship these people to Vegas.
Yeah.
Wait for him to get home, bro.
Why?
Like,
It makes no sense.
no sense.
I was trying to keep a
Those
running
letters-
tab of well, you can go.
Oh no, go ahead.
Well, because I couldn't think of anyone else that I would recast because I liked everything. I was like, oh, Billy Bedlam, even though I don't think he had a big role, I think he did really well in it. So I don't think that there's anything I'd recast, which is so weird because the reach that they have with the variety of their cast, like they got the guy from Star Trek: The Next Generation, they got the guy from John Hughes movies, they got the guy from Dusk Till Dawn. They got Dave Chappelle. They got Teddy KGB from Rounders. And they put him with Dracula Kiss Nicolas Cage. And it was like, just put him in a room with Ving Rhames. It'll work out. And it did.
Yeah, it did. They got it done.
Oh man.
I was trying to figure out who was good at their job. And I figured out that everyone was bad, and I like working backwards. The cops that left their bikes right there to be stolen, along with the fire engine that got stolen, they're not good.
Just
No.
incompetent.
I mean, we already know all cops are bad, so this is not surprising.
Yeah.
They
I
don't.
think John Cusack was good at his job. I don't think you should say everyone was bad.
I think John Cusack was good at his
and
job.
I think Cyrus was very good at his job.
John Cusack did steal his coworker's car, so it wasn't a perfect game from John.
I don't know that that's fair,
I
though.
think
How else was he going to get there?
I would have done the same thing.
Right. The guy practically told him to.
Yeah.
If you have a fast car, you could drive there. Like,
True.
That's
He also let a
Inception.
plane crash. He also let a plane crash in Vegas. I think we need to
Yeah,
really think about who let that plane crash in
Because-
Vegas.
Ugh.
for the
I guess that
entirety.
does kind of undo everything else he did for the entire.
Because for the first hour and 45 minutes, you're like, oh, Cole Meany is the guy who's wrong on everything. He doesn't listen to Cole Meany. Plane crashes, and then there's probably more casualties from the fire truck ride than there would have been from the plane crashing outside of the city.
Yeah.
Okay, fair.
But then again, they wouldn't have made it rain money. Oh. Goods and bads. I don't, and that, like, so that's the end of the movie. I don't think that the first grade teacher mentioned in the letter is good at their job either. So it stretches the whole movie.
Wow.
Like,
Yeah.
Damn, that's a take.
It's like Scotty won't leave her alone, and Nicolas Cage has to be the voice of reason. Like, go talk to your dad who murdered a stranger a few years ago for how to behave around people.
Wow.
Oh my god.
That's a crazy take.
I'm sorry, honey. I'd love to stop him. Why don't you talk to the guy who put his guy's nose into his brain? Talk to him about how to behave around others.
Woof.
I'm glad that he didn't say he's flirting with you, though. That's a good sign.
That is actually.
'Cause I thought it was gonna be like, oh, he just has a crush on you. Like, don't encourage that behavior, Nick.
You know who else was really bad at their job? The co-pilot.
Co-pilot. Yep.
Oh yeah.
But he
What
did.
the freaking hell was that?
He led gun first out of the cockpit. Then
What
got
was
shot.
that, dude?
But the pilot made him do it.
Yeah.
Like, that guy was kind of a dick. He was just like, take the gun and
Right.
go. It's like,
But the
what?
pilot was gonna go
Take
back
the gun
there.
and go.
Like, you want me to go back there? It's like, oh, I can only co-pilot. I can't pilot. Best food or drink moment was the tea party.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Other than that,
Yeah.
there wasn't really eating or drinking. There was just
Oh my gosh, they
insulin.
were probably so dehydrated.
Yeah, nobody drank water for that whole thing.
Someone actually got lit on fire, so the liquid was flammable. everything blew up.
Yeah.
So it's got to be Tea Party.
For sure.
The weakest link of the film is anything that is the actual plot. The actual plot is the weakest.
The whole plot is the weakest point of the film.
Yeah, whoever
Lerner
wrote
Airfield.
this.
Yeah.
Lerner landing strip is
Learning
the plot
it.
problem.
When they put together an all-star game, it's players who don't know how to play together. You're just watching highlights, and that's kind of what they did. This is like an acting all-star game.
Yes.
Mhm.
Like Nicolas Cage is gonna put the ball through his legs with his accent, and then dunk. Oh, that's incredible.
That's a good point. Like, would I like this movie as much if they were random people instead of like fucking John Malkovich and John Cusack and like?
No.
I don't think I would.
I don't think I would. I
I've
think
never
that
really thought about that.
they made it for me.
John Malkovich especially.
I'm pretty sure that the movie that this is closest to for John Cusack is Grosse Point Blank, which is such a good movie. It's like a John Hughes film, but but it's, think of it in a weird way like a sequel to Say Anything, but after not ending up with the girl that he dates in high school, he goes and becomes a killer for hire and has to go to his high school reunion. It's so good, and I'm like, he did Con Air and was like, oh man, they all got to play with guns. I want to play with guns. Give me a movie where I shoot everyone and put Dan Aykroyd in it. That's what Grosse Point Blank is.
Smart choice.
Really good movie.
Dan Aykroyd in it.
Sounds great.
The weakest link of the film, as much as I enjoyed Colmini and I thought he did a good job, there were points where I was like, he's acting so hard right now, he's gonna blow a tire.
Yeah. I think that they had just a couple too many convicts. A couple too many characters.
Yeah.
You know? Like
a lot of characters.
Yeah, they could have like really went a little bit harder with some of the like the types. Like they could have gone harder with the characters instead of pouring on more. They could have made the characters a little bigger.
I think over the course of the movie, we spend maybe 5 minutes with his daughter, maybe 10 minutes with his wife.
Yeah.
As the total for the whole movie. And we see them in like 7 different locations. We see his wife at the bar, and then we hear like the letters going back, but I'm pretty sure it's Nicolas Cage's voice reading them.
Yeah.
Then we see,
Are you sure? Are you pretty sure?
I don't think it is.
Well, I know that there are points where he has to do the narration, and once he started narrating, I'm like, I hope this is the whole movie. I hope it's just Con Air. It's just him reading letters.
Was there any like reading of a letter from his wife, or because I know there was the letter from the kids which he reads.
Yep.
No, I don't think she made it in there.
Yeah, I think it was all him.
Yeah. They show up in the office. He's gonna be on parole, but then they get dragged into the office with John Cusack. Then they're in Vegas.
Yeah, they're just getting dragged all around. And she has nothing to do with it. Like, I don't understand.
It's nothing to do with any of
It's
us.
a movie of them being told, oh, well, you got to go to the next line.
Yeah. Her contribution in that scene with John Cusack in the office is basically her just saying, no, my husband doesn't want to stay in jail. Like, that's the entirety of that scene, is just her being like, no, you don't know him like I know him.
Yeah.
So we see that he's filed for parole, but do you think that was a joke? Oh, no? He really wanted to be out of jail? Okay. That's what criminals would say.
I don't know, man.
I have a little... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I thought that her character was pretty weak.
Yeah, I think her character was very weak. I mean, she really gets like it feels like 4 lines throughout the whole movie.
Why did the only other woman that we pretty much hear speak in this movie, why did she kiss him? Like, what the hell? That was
Look,
so weird.
it was written in their contracts.
Classic 90s.
Every woman who gets a speaking role in this film has to kiss Nicolas Cage or be his daughter. That's it. And he found the
It
one
does
woman
feel
who was
like
willing
that.
to look like his daughter while being his wife. So that worked out in his benefit in some ways. Just walks into the reading, he's like, I want a wife who's age appropriate for me. Okay, well we got these 30. Oh.
I feel like she might have just looked young. I feel like she might have just looked.
That's fair.
He came back from war, right? So it's got to be like Iraq.
Yeah, it's got to be something like
gotta be
like Desert Storm or Fallujah or something like that.
Oh, Desert Storm, and then they end up in the desert. Okay.
So maybe didn't have that accent before he went to war, and then PTSD. He adopted this accent while he was away to give him strength. Like,
Wow.
because it's not natural. Like that's a learned accent.
Yeah.
I had a friend who went
Yeah.
away to school, and then all of a sudden started talking with a southern twang. I'm like, I don't like how you say things. Not in a bad way, but I was like, I know how you say things. I feel like you're lying to me.
Yeah. That's weird. But I get it. If you live in certain places, you do catch on to the accent.
So
Yeah.
he's hanging out with bog monsters from Louisiana for like 4 months.
I'm telling you, it's like he was on Duck Dynasty or something, man.
Yeah.
He was like
They're giving him diction training.
Oh.
just a little side note because I was looking this up because I went in pretty hard on the writing for this movie, and so I looked up the creds for the writer Scott Rosenberg. Also wrote Gone in 60 Seconds, which is one of my favorite Nicolas Cage movies, and I am so scared to go back and watch it now, having watched this.
Yeah.
I only watched that once, and it was 100 years ago. Oh my gosh.
I do have a story about that I'm going to use in a future comedy bit because it is important, but not for now. It's just when I think of that movie, I think of Nicolas Cage hearing Low Rider and the thing that he does with his hands next to his head where he's getting psyched up to go and he's like pointing down, but he's like shaking. He's like, let's ride.
Let's ride.
That's what
Classic Cage.
I don't think of anything else but that and Angelina Jolie's hair.
Yeah, I mean those are the two most defining parts of that movie. But it is kind of interesting because now that I think about it, Gone in 60 Seconds is another like character heavy movie because they have to like put together a whole team to steal all these cars.
Yeah.
But Gone in 60 Seconds, I think that's a remake, isn't it?
It is.
Is it?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
I think from like the 70s.
Yeah, it was like the 60s or 70s.
And is that Ving Rhames in that as one of his boosters, like one of the guys?
No.
Oh,
No, Ving Rhames isn't in it.
I think Casey Affleck or someone's little brother, Giovanni Ribisi.
Giovanni Ribisi's the little brother, yeah. But yeah, that's another one full of characters. Robert Duvall, Timothy Oliphant, Delroy Lindo.
Delroy Lindo is the other officer. His sidekick is fucking Duvall. That's who I was thinking of. I was thinking that that was the point guy for him.
No. His sidekick is Timothy Oliphant. He's the other detective.
Oh no, I meant Nicolas Cage is like
Nicolas
number
Cage's
2.
guy. Yeah, it's Robert Duvall. Yeah, you're right.
But best double feature that we pair this with, we could do Con Air Bud.
Why What happened to Cars?
Well,
We're gonna show the horror movie.
Because we have to figure out which is more unbelievable. This dog is incredible at basketball with that long hair and ridiculous accent, or Nicolas Cage.
Trying to think if there's any other ones that pop
Airplane.
into my head.
Airplane is
Sweet
the only
Home
other flying
obviously.
comedy I can think of right now.
Yeah,
Con
Airplane.
Airplane.
Great.
On Airplane.
Con Airplane. Maybe
Or,
Snakes on a Plane. Snakes on a Plane is also
Snakes
good.
on a Plane is real good.
Oh, that would be great.
Thing is, like, Face Off is so ridiculous that a Cage double feature of Face Off and Con Air has definitely happened. I'm sure of it.
Oh yes.
Yeah, 100%.
And
Absolutely.
interesting in Face Off is the idea that John Travolta will act like Nicolas Cage playing John Travolta,
Mm-hmm.
and it's vice versa. And John Travolta does his like smooth kind of things, but he acts like real wacky, and Nicolas Cage just acts like Nicolas Cage.
Oh, that's true. Well, but you know, to be fair, he's also hopped up on a lot of drugs during that time. Like, I think about all the wackiest scenes that Nicolas Cage has when he's supposed to be John Travolta, and he's hopped up on pain pills when he gets out of the facility, and then he's fucking taking a bunch of drugs with the family, Nicolas Cage's family in that movie. Yeah.
He's calling his kid by the fake name. Danny.
Yeah, that was a crazy scene.
That's
a
another
crazy scene.
Cage classic. Best pet name from the movie. I do like Pinball.
Pinball is good. Swamp Thing, I think, is
Swamp
another
Thing
good
is
one.
good.
Not Johnny 23.
Not Johnny 23.
Larkin isn't bad either. Just
Larkin.
like a big tall dog named Larkin.
Aww.
Like Burmese Mountain Dog.
Oh, I feel like Larkin would be more sleek, like a greyhound furry.
Okay. What about Hummingbird?
Hummingbird. Billy Bedlam is a great, like, if your dog's being like a real nuisance, going crazy, like you're being a real Billy Bedlam right now.
That's cat name.
Feels like a real cat name, honestly.
Cat?
Yeah.
Yeah, just very cat energy.
Yeah.
Best prop is the bunny. I don't
easily.
I thought
Oh, for sure.
about it.
What about the Ken doll?
Well, the bunny has to do some acting because it acts like a new bunny in the beginning, but by the end, and he's glove saving it from a sewer. Like the bunny goes through it. It has character development. Like the bunny has more wounds on it by the end of the movie than Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
I think this could have been such a great, like, almost like a buddy film moment when he gets the insulin. Like, if this was the climax, saving his friend, there was too much that took away from that plot. And I feel like if we had had a little bit more time building that plot, then, like, the insulin would have been the best one of the best props. But they really just kind of skimmed over it.
They make it the secondary thing. They're like, "Oh, this guy's definitely gonna die. Don't get too attached to this, okay? Focus on the box and the bunny."
Yeah.
What happens after this movie? I don't think that they stay together.
Oh no! Steve Buscemi takes his wife
No. I think
and wears her as a hat.
There's her.
While he hangs out with his kid.
I don't think that Larkin and Cole Meany remain friends at all. I think that by the time they have to talk about insurance and filing claims, that they're not on speaking terms anymore.
They're back to hating each other again.
got to call up Allstate. Like, well, my car was tied to a rope and rammed into a tower at an airfield.
And Nicolas Cage was involved. Like, you know,
They got to get testimonies. It's crazy.
It's the whole thing.
Yeah. Much.
I'm pretty sure that for the non-Steve Buscemi characters, it's death or jail again, criminals. But Steve Buscemi, I'd like to imagine he does really well in Vegas.
Yes.
Yes.
I do too.
Yeah.
But I also think he probably goes and kills a bunch of prostitutes.
Yeah,
That just
seems like a thing.
They got to have something to do in the sequel.
Yeah. Maybe
Air
the
2.
sequel really is a horror movie.
They're back on the plane again. Nicolas Cage has murdered another guy outside of another rainy bar because he said inappropriate things about his now pregnant again wife. He just got out of pregnant.
His toxic masculinity couldn't let it go. He had to kill a man.
He goes, now I'm out of prison. We can start our family and make it whole. And they go and say, oh, I'm pregnant. Sure enough, the guy's brother comes out and says, she's been my waitress for 8 years. You've been away, and we've been really good friends. He's like, I don't like your brother. Pops him right in the nose. Back in jail.
Jules, what were you saying? You kind of like cut out.
I don't remember. But yeah. I like this idea.
Oh, and his cellmate is Steve Buscemi this time, because Baby O is out. So now his cellmate's Steve Buscemi, and when they go on Con Air, they got to figure out if Steve Buscemi is in on overtaking this flight.
I kind of want Steve Buscemi to have a redemption arc in the sequel.
Yeah.
Like, maybe we're rooting for him. Maybe he's misunderstood.
He's
Sorry,
just like,
I'm just thinking about how one could be misunderstood for wearing a woman as a hat.
He goes,
just misunderstood.
well, it's kind of the plot of
But
Frailty.
yeah, I love him.
No, I am not a violent person, but I could be driven to wear someone as a hat if
But
I
Daddy,
really
I
had
love
to.
him.
Well,
If I really had
well,
to.
most guys, when they say I want to wear you as a hat, it's way more obscene.
Well.
So
Oh.
maybe they were all possessed by demons, like in the movie Frailty.
Oh, I love Frailty.
And
I
that's
love Frailty.
And now, along with being a prisoner, Nicolas Cage realizes that all these guys are demons too.
I have a crazy idea for a sequel. I think because we talked about him being a cellmate, like Steve Buscemi and Nicolas Cage being cellmates in the sequel.
Yeah.
I think just like 2 hours of dialogue between those two, with like no action, like just do it real up
Like
as
a
like
Kevin
a
Smith movie where they're just talking.
exactly like just scene after scene of like different days in the prison where they're having crazy conversations. I think that's a movie right there.
I would watch that actually.
I thought you were gonna hit me with Con Bus.
Con Bus.
Sound bus.
But it's also like Speed, so
I was gonna
that's
say
steady.
it's like Speed.
Like,
We just changed the instrument. We're just
that
like
is
it's
exactly
the same movie, but
That is exactly it. Miley the Cyrus Virus puts a bomb on a bus, and if it goes under 50 miles and doesn't get to, I don't know, Tahiti, I don't know where they drive.
A propane tank field, obviously. The
Then-
propane distributor, Hank Hill, is there waiting for them.
Then all propane will explode everywhere. The Mission Impossible situation.
yeah, I'm still kind of lost on where all of those propane tanks came from. Like that's infinitely like not explainable by any of the things that are in that area.
Everything about Lerner is so strange. It's a trailer park town attached to a dump that they turned, maybe they retrofitted it into an airfield.
Yeah.
But who is flying there and for what? Like,
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
It's
just
a-
so many questions.
Well, clearly South American drug lords, right? Because that was
Well,
was this
right.
movie.
Maybe that's how they keep in business. Maybe that's their economy.
Got
Yeah,
it.
the
That
whole
makes-
thing is just a front.
Lerner Airfield and propane tank storage.
It's just the whole front.
Vehicle graveyard.
So we need a documentary about that town.
Yes.
I think the sequel being called Lerner Airfield.
Learner Air.
Yeah. I also can't believe I've never once questioned any of that until now.
I think we like to suspend our disbelief, like
Yeah.
especially in the 90s. We were really all about
Right.
that. We're like, all right, fuck it. Like they're
this
doing it.
tracks. This is normal and not weird at all.
Yeah, we're good. It's the 90s. It's fine.
Now we're sitting here dissecting it 20 years
Yeah.
later, and we're like, actually.
The life lesson is it's got to be there's always more explode
Right.
because
Yeah, that was very 90s. Big
True.
explode.
Yeah.
Explode.
in the beginning there weren't many explosions, but once that bomb goes off in the cell,
Yeah.
from then on, explosions
so many.
happen everywhere.
Yeah.
And Nicolas
what-
Cage is jumping through plate glass fucking door windows.
Yeah.
I'm still hung up on the message being that working 50 hours a week and then trying to make it to retirement is insanity. I think
I mean,
that's
he
the one
is
that
not
hits closest to home.
incorrect. Yeah, that,
No, that hits now.
that still stands. That aged the best.
They made sure that they padded like a compliment sandwich they tried to do, but they did the reverse. They did like a criminal sandwich, where it's like
criminal sandwich.
with like he did bad stuff. This was crazy. Oh, you believe with that? Well, he also ate people. Like,
It's like it's very Manson. He's like pleading to the hearts of like, isn't all serial killers and all cult leaders are like people that are he's real relatable. He's got a lot of good
Yeah.
points. He's got
Yeah.
a lot of good points.
I would totally fall for that.
Right.
I'd be the next hat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be in that cult for sure. For sure, I
I'd
would
be
be.
the next.
Yeah, being the next hat is crazy. That's
Holy
hilarious.
shit. I'm dead.
it was like 4-day work week. Fuck. Hold on. Maybe not all bad.
Please
Yeah,
wear my head.
I'd rather be a hat.
Please wear my head.
Holy shit.
Either way, you're not gonna have to work 50 hours.
Yeah.
Worth it.
Those are the categories.
Done with our categories.
Good
Like
job.
we did this in under 3 hours, and it was over a 2-hour movie.
Yeah.
I think it was like 2 hours and 10 minutes.
Heck yeah.
Good
So
job.
I don't want to
guys.
brag, but we crushed it.
We're good at movies.
Yeah.
We're watching, talking.
Movies.
We'll have to figure out what fun for next week.
During the
And
movie,
I have to start watching more movies, apparently.
during the movie, I got a text saying that I'm going to be doing trivia on Wednesdays at the end of the month.
Oh, is that officially official now?
Yeah, it happened during Con Air.
Hooray!
I guess people saw that I was watching Con Air and were like, "We got to stop that on Wednesdays."
We
gotta save
we
him.
gotta give Will something better than this.
Next Wednesday's my birthday.
I was gonna say, aren't we doing birthday
Yeah.
things on Wednesday?
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, if we were gonna switch it to a different day, is like a Tuesday a better day?
No, because that's Toasted Tuesday.
See? So it's got to be like a
you
Thursday.
literally vend. I love Thursdays. I don't do much on Thursdays.
Thursdays are good for me too.
There's a couple of Alive After Fives starting, and I'm not even necessarily going to them. That would be the only Thursday obstacle. Monday is the open mic. Tuesday is Toasted. Wednesday you have that, and I feel like Friday's probably a bad day.
The only benefit with weekend stuff is makes like during the day availability more. So like if we're gonna do like a 2 p.m., you can't do that during the week. So it's more time availability, but it's less day availability.
Yeah, I mean I'm down for Thursdays.
I'm good with Thursdays.
My schedule is like kind of random. I usually
Yeah.
do work Thursdays, but I have some off
Okay.
up, so I'll have to just let you know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So Wednesday we'll do birthday party hangs.
Yeah.
Wednesday birthday party.
Yeah.
What are y'all
Yes,
doing?
I don't know where you are, but we're gonna be at Salt Shack in Babylon, I think.
I was gonna say I'm not even certain which town Salt Shack is in, but
It's like off of, I'm not sure which town it is,
we're great at
but
this.
down there.
You island people.
I know you're in the city, right?
I'm in the city now. Yeah,
Wow.
I don't get out to.
I don't get out to Long Island very much these days.
There's nothing here. Just a bunch of racists.
Yeah.
Cedar Beach, Salt Shack?
Yes.
Or there's more than one. Okay, that's Oak Beach.
Yeah.
I thought Cedar Beach was further away.
It's not.
It's not. It's by Gilgo. So.
Well,
Yeah, it's good.
if we're doing Thursday next week, the 4 movies that I had listed off were Dirty Work, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Gremlins, and Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Great movie.
All
Love
great.
that. I do love me some Ferris Bueller.
Yeah. It's a great movie.
I wasn't sure if anyone else had seen Dirty Work with Norm Macdonald and Artie Lang.
I have not. I don't object to watching a movie I've never seen.
It's a really good movie.
I also love Norm Macdonald. I love any of that like old shit.
It's like the only starring role that he really got. He got another movie called Screwed, which
I was gonna say I don't think he does. He hasn't done that much in that regard, right?
this kind of like Dirty Work sunk him a bit because he didn't do as well in theaters, but it's one of those movies that's more revered over time. It's got the bad guy from Happy Gilmore, Christopher McDonald.
Yes, I see that, and we love a bad Chevy Chase.
It's a double McDonald.
Double McDonald.
So something to think about. Gremlins does have Corey Feldman, so don't want to sleep on Gremlins. And Raiders of the Lost Ark, that's the one I've seen the least out of these.
Wait, which is that? The Snakes?
I've never seen it.
I think it is. That's the one that
Snake?
UHF parodied in the opening.
It's not the one where he takes the heart out.
Oh no, that's Temple of Doom.
Okay. That one scared me when I was a kid. Real bad.
Understandably.
Will, are we related, unrelated? The Happy Gilmore sequel is coming to Netflix. You said Christopher McDonald, which reminded me of that.
He has like at least a small part in it.
Yeah, he's in it. He's in the trailer. So that just made me think about how how you would feel about watching a new movie, or if that defeats the purpose.
Happy Gilmore is probably it is my favorite Adam Sandler movie. Happy Gilmore 2. It's gonna be the grown-ups too.
Explain your process.
Go. It ain't gonna be good.
It's gonna be the grown-ups 2 of Happy Gilmore movies.
Ooh.
So.
Damn, that's cold.
Yeah.
First off, they're doing everything wrong. Like they're making the wrong movie, or they made the wrong movie. The movie Happy Gilmore 2 should clearly be about how his daughter wants to be a pro golfer, but she's really good at hockey.
Oh, that would have been so much better. Why, Will? I don't understand why you're not famous, Will. We need to work on your marketing.
And the funny part is, Adam Sandler can still be a fool, but you remember he was actually bad at hockey. So when he's trying to train his daughter, he can't. So he has to get Chubb's son, who is a pro hockey player, teach his daughter.
Yes.
Something along those lines.
So in this hypothetical film, would he wouldn't be the main character then? He would be like a side character.
Well, he would kind of be
It's like how Rocky was a side character in Creed.
Yeah. Like that's how I'm picturing it, the same way.
Like I'm picturing like you get someone and I not specifically her, but like Mia Villaseñor. I think it's Mila Villaseñor from SNL. is
Okay, yeah.
a really great character actor. She's very funny, but I could feel like she could do the range of emotions that Happy Gilmore has to do. Like, you have to be angry in a very funny way, and I think
Yes.
that she has that ability.
Mm-hmm.
So someone like that would be very funny. And it would be an interesting take, because having having someone else do an Adam Sandler impression is an interesting challenge, because we've seen when they do it by design. Like, we've seen people like Andy Samberg try to do the Adam Sandler
SNL
role.
did it.
Yeah.
SNL did the whole like cast of all of the Adam Sandler characters for one of their bits.
Oh, they did? I knew that they did that
one
with
where,
Jim
like,
Carrey.
They all tried to.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, that makes sense. And I'm sure if it was it might have been, if it was Andy Samberg, I think that might have been before Villaseñor was on the cast. But like, you put a Pete Davidson in there and be like, "Oh, that's Adam Sandler's son." Like, okay, I believe that.
I could see that.
There's a Whitest Kids You Know sketch where they do a fake intro to SNL, but every variation is a variation of Andy Samberg or Adam Sandler. It's like MB Samblers, Sandy Amberg, Apple Sanderson.
Amazing.
Yes.
And it's just the same 5 people just doing like Adam Sandler like things. So maybe it's more common to see Adam Sandler impressions than I thought.
I'm not surprised by that, though.
But they also don't have the guy who played his caddy back, who was in Grandma's Boy. He played Dante. They don't have a lot of the key pieces that I would like to see back.
That's understandable. The trailer looked okay.
They made sure to get Ben Stiller. Like, Ben Stiller.
They did make sure to get Ben Stiller.
You're in my house, grandson. What a ridiculous! That's such a crazy line.
The thing is, we could have written what would have been in the trailer before the trailer was released. We just take all the most popular lines and we make them a decade older, or make them a generation older.
Yeah.
Like, you ate pieces of shit for breakfast 20 years ago is something that we would have thought offhand and been like, oh, that won't be in there. Ridiculous. It's like, if low-hanging fruit isn't for you, take the fruit that's off the ground.
What I'm hearing from that statement is we could make movies.
Not only could we make movies, but we can make them so good that people have to ruin them in the editing room.
Great. Great.
Because it'll never pass the qualification. Like, I need more jabba-da-boo-boo, or whatever. Whatever Adam Sandler does during a table
I
read.
was
Flawless,
just
by the
saying
way.
I needed more Jabba Jaboo in the last film that I worked on. Definitely.
You yell at the golf ball for 30 more seconds. What's the situation? Well, it hasn't gone in a hole. Oh, I did that in the first movie. Well, what if we make it a full minute? He's like, sold. But if you want to make fake sequels to movies, that is my wheelhouse.
I was gonna say that's like your whole thing. Like your whole thing.
Exactly. I also, because going back into what we could do next week, for Ferris Bueller's Day Off, it is funny to imagine that Ferris Bueller is actually a sociopath. So that'd be fun to watch it with that lens.
With a new lens. You do like to bring new lenses.
He's not.
I think we've talked about that, about him being a sociopath, because he is. And like, Cameron is actually the good guy, and he's actually being kind of, if you think about it, Cameron's kind of being bullied and abused by Ferris Bueller.
100%.
That's fair.
We bring it back and
like, Ferris Bueller knows that Cameron's dad is gonna be violent and horrible, and yet he still is like, we're taking the car. Like, that's not right.
Right.
we can bookend this whole thing. So Ferris Bueller, after taking out Cameron and his dad, wears Mia Sarah's face as a hat And
I
eventually
knew
he's
it.
caught by the
I knew it.
police after leaving
Jesus
Chicago and going down the eastern seaboard,
Oh my god.
leaving a trail of bodies, and they finally catch him and they put him on this plane with Nicolas Cage and long hair.
But his name is actually Abe Froman, Sausage King.
That's right.
Will, were you the one who told me that Ferris Bueller, or Dan, maybe Dan, so that Ferris Bueller is actually like just a Groundhog's Day?
Oh,
It was not you.
I have heard of that.
Okay, I like recently heard this, and I was like, "Fuck, that's great." It must have been Dan. He always tells me obnoxious shit like that. Yeah, to watch it and through the lens of it being such as a Groundhog's Day, and it fucked me up when I did it. I was like,
Ooh,
"Oh wow,
I really want that.
yeah."
I've heard it compared to Fight Club more than Groundhog Day, but it does make sense for the way that everything has to be synced up.
Yeah.
Mm.
They were like, he knew exactly how to trick the girl at the restaurant, and he knew he had that elaborate thing to trick that he was sleeping, and he talks to the camera and breaks fourth wall about, and this is when Cameron goes berserk, and like I was like, oh my gosh, this is yeah, so interesting.
Wow, that is crazy.
Wow.
So I actually think that could be interesting to consider that. Especially since we watched Drop Dead Fred with the Fight Club lens.
Oh yeah.
So Ferris Bueller with a Groundhog Day lens would be fun.
Ferris Bueller is also, you can analyze it via Fight Club. Like he doesn't mind when Cameron kisses his girlfriend for one reason. He is Cameron.
Because he is Cameron.
Yeah.
Like I think of the scene in Fight Club. Brad Pitt opens the door like, "You want to finish her off?" Like Cameron gets that in Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Like we just had a really exciting day. You want to kiss my girlfriend?
That's crazy. Anyway, I gotta go.
I will catch you on the flippy floppy.
I gotta
See
sleep.
you next week, kids.
Bye.
Next Thursday is the plan.
Adios.
Whoop, whoop, Thursday.
Bye, guys.
Hasta la pasta.